OvadiYah is going to come and he's going to take us further in dealing with this whole idea of the war that's going on. So let's receive him. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Come here, brother. Let me bless you. You lay it off. I got to do this.
Hallelujah. I got a board for you too.
Okay.
Get that white board.
It's right there.
I'm going to start doing my stuff on the computer like, Cohane, I like that technique. This is a powerful picture. But first, let me, as soon as we get set up, first of all, I'd like to give all praises to the Creator of heaven and earth. And secondly, I'd like to give all praises to the elders in our midst, because they've been on that path that we yet to follow on. But we appreciate their strength and their love, because we wouldn't be here today without our mothers and our fathers. So, and I'd like to also give praises and honor to the brothers and sisters that have long-term stayed on this battle to make sure the truth and righteousness get to our people. Prince Asiel,
Yes, sir.
Cohane, Yochanan, and Prince Amiel, and a lot of other brothers that have been around for a long time to shed the light that we have to go on today. I just want to thank that, and all of the brothers and sisters in Jerusalem that are there now, waiting for you
Hallelujah.
to bring that light
Yes, sir.
and that understanding and that strength so that we can support this idea. So with that, I greet you in peace. Shalom.
Shalom.
First of all, I just want to come at the end of the mighty Cohane here about the war within. And he was so eloquently, he explained this. I want to go over to this picture if y'all don't mind. And you're looking at two sides of the picture. This person and the same person on this side.
Yes.
Which is the same. And in ourselves, he was talking about those spirits within one with the, how you see the devil at this ear talking.
Right.
Then you got the little angel at this ear talking to you.
Yeah.
And you're
Right.
trying to make this decision in your soul. Is what I'm believing true? Is what I'm believing real?
Right. Right.
But when you understand the war, it's not like their war. Their war, World War I, World War II, those were personal wars for countries. What war have you heard about for the Creator? Not one.
It's good.
But you're going to hear about it today because we're in that war now. The real war and the only war that exists is the war between darkness and light.
Yes, sir.
That's the only war. There's no other war. There's no other war that exists. That little angel on this side and that little devil on that side. That's the war. It said when Michael and his angels came, Satan came too.
Yes, sir.
It says, we want to challenge this spirit, this Yah, this Holy Spirit that you say that you believe in.
Yes.
And I'm going to test you to see if your faith is available. I want to let you all know something. For me, it's really an honor and a privilege to come before saints, and I'm very humble.
Yes, sir.
I want to let you know that. You give me strength and light too. Seeing you here, seeing the trials and tribulations that you've been through to make it here.
Yes.
To receive some wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and also to give wisdom and understanding from yourselves to
Yes.
us so
Yes.
we can share.
Yes.
I want to let you know that we're one spirit. Not me, Danielle, Cohane, his wife, everybody. We're all one.
Yes.
If you have some information that is prominent to
Yes.
helping us in truth, please bring it to the service.
Yes.
Please. It could be small. What might be small to you might change somebody's life in here.
Right.
We're all
Right.
messiahs. It's just not one. Messiah, Mashiach. The word Mashiach. Let me write this word right quick.
Come on, teach us.
But I want to go to war. I really want to stay, but I just wanted to show you what a Messiah, because like Cohane mentioned, he did a fantastic historical revelation about how the Greeks took over the power to define.
Yes.
That's what they did. They defined what they wanted to find. Messiah, they always make you think it's a person. They always make you think it's one thing.
Yes.
They're always making you, they are defining after. They took over the philosophy. Didn't the Cohane bring that out to us in the class?
Yes.
They took over. The world at that point changed from light to what?
Darkness.
Hey, now let's think about something historically. Danielle, I know you know. Who knows about the Dark Ages? Wasn't there an era called the Dark Ages?
Yes.
Everybody knows. They taught us in school, didn't they?
Yeah.
The Dark Ages. Guess what happened in the Dark Ages? They turned the world from African, Edenic, Hebraic, African people to the European, Gentile-centric understanding. That's what happened. We never looked at it. They said they came out of caves. We were living in Africa.
Right.
Queens, kings. Thousands of years before.
Right.
You ever notice the suit that the Pope has on with the hat
Yeah.
and the staff? Well, that goes back 3,000 years to Egypt.
Right.
Where did they stole to make them understand, they took the images. Michelangelo took the images and painted them all to Greeks
Right.
and Romans. You think they're going to paint an African up on there, Samson, or you think they're going to paint one of them up on there?
No.
Because there's a program on CNN, if you all have caught it, it was about the papacy, about the Pope. And it told the history, how they became. They were gangsters.
Wow.
They didn't even want you to have a Bible.
Wow.
So the day to control the aspect, it was on CNN, it was very powerful. It was the night of Passover. I was in Baltimore, Prince was somewhere else, and Prince Amiel was somewhere else, and we were all watching it on TV. As we were discussing, it was powerful how they put that on the Passover night.
Wow.
About the Pope, the first Pope to the whole lineage, how they did. One was 18 years old. He just had women and was just doing what he had. He had the power.
Wow.
He didn't have Yah at all.
Wow.
If you kids a chance, watch CNN, they're doing some powerful historical references in history. That's important. But the word Mashiach.
That's right.
No, we're going to put it down here.
Yeah. That's even better.
You know what I need? I need one of your sons to come.
Come here, John. Hold that.
Just hold this one.
There you go.
Thanks. Thank you so much, my son.
Take them a chip.
This is my drama. I want to let y'all know that. Mashiach. Now, it's always the interpretations of the Euro-Gentiles or the Greek understanding. They said it's Messiah. Can somebody tell me what they thought Messiah meant for them? Because we want to make a difference, but we want you to know, what did you think the Messiah meant? Anybody? Can I get a volunteer? Messiah.
Savior.
Say?
Savior.
Savior. Okay. Who else? Anybody? Any other ideas? What a Messiah is? We'll take it from that. Huh?
He was a prophet.
A prophet. But when they said the word Mashiach, it's a lot more when you look at it in Hebrew. It does mean a savior, a messenger. But listen how when it breaks down in Hebrew, it gives you, from the Maksheva Ivrit understanding, it gives you a different relative response. And when we see the word war, it's going to blow your mind. Because we're not in the same war they're in.
Right.
It's a different war. Mem represents productivity. Each letter, productivity. Each letter of the Hebrew is not like English. You spell a name, Kevin, or each one of these letters don't mean anything. They just have a reference to the word that it's made of.
Right.
But in Hebrew, every letter has a response to the meaning of the word.
Wow.
Mem, productivity. The Sheen, harmony. And the last letter, Chet, which represents life or worship. Now, from those three words, what would you say Mashiach is now? Looking at it from the Hebraic aspect, what does it look like now? Productivity. This person, this Mashiach, this person or peoples, what they bring forth productivity, for Yah. They bring forth to harmonize with Yah, and they bring forth what? The
Worship of Yah.
It's a whole nother understanding.
Yeah, it is.
Cohane is a Mashiach. He's a Messiah. Grandmother is a Messiah. She brought forth him. She brought forth a young man that now has dedicated his life to truth and righteousness. But look at this. Where's the mythical part? Where's the spooky part? Where even when the word angel, when I break it down to you, it means a messenger. It has nobody to do with somebody with some wings. These were the fantasies that they, like Cohane talked about earlier, that they included into the Bible. An egg with a bunny rabbit. That was the god of Estar, the god of reproduction. That's what the egg represented.
Yeah.
Those were the gods they worshiped. But they just included it into our story to give another aspect of what they're talking about. Mashiach, a productive harmony of worship. That means that anybody can be a Messiah. If they're being productive for Yah, harmonizing you with Yah, and the worship of Yah. A Messiah. We all are. That's why he was talking about the war. I want to erase this, if I can.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to talk about the war. Then I want to get right to the class. I don't want to be long, but I just want to give you an understanding so when I talk about this war in heaven, we can understand it. This is very, very profound. Very profound. It even amazed me. When we talk about the war between light and dark, we talk about a war, weapons, right? You think of war, everybody? You think of weapons, you think of guns, you think of missiles, you think of one country ruling another. I wish I had the definition of war. Somebody could just pull it up right quick for me while I'm talking. What it represents, because the only thing that they could see war is represented to was taking over other people,
Right.
war, destroying, destruction. But you're going to see just how blessed we are this evening.
War is a state of armed conflict between states or societies.
Between states and societies. Like I told you from the beginning, those wars when we heard about the Korean War and the Vietnam War, those were personal wars for their own gain. Those weren't wars for the standing of righteousness for Yah.
No.
But I want to explain something to you.
It is generally characterized by extreme aggression, destruction, used regularly or irregularly military force, and absence of war is usually called peace.
Peace. Now they know if it wasn't a war, it would be peace. But these are the things, their concept of war. The war, that's what's that? Webster's Dictionary definition.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to give you the Hebrew definition of war. It's going to take you somewhere else. You're not going to believe this.
Hallelujah.
You're not going to believe it because Yah's war is not like their war. When we say war, we have to look at it from a different perspective. We can't look at it from weapons and war. I want you to see this. This was phenomenal. This is phenomenal. Excuse me, because writing on this board is just a little awkward.
It's all right.
Milkama. Mem, lamed, chet, mem, hey. Milkama. That's the Hebrew word for war.
Milkama.
Well, God said he's going to put war on this and all that. And I wanted to tell you a point that I just don't want to forget. When he was talking about Raquel and those two babies,
Yeah.
it was Esau and Jacob.
Yes.
Jacob represented the darkness. Esau represented the light. So that understanding he gave you was very, very powerful. Because if you read the book of OvadiYah, I didn't bring my African Heritage Schofield Bible with me, which I'll bring the next time. And it gives you a play on how Edom is just not a person, it's a spirit.
Yes, sir.
Israel was a spirit.
Yeah.
When they talked about him, these were two spirits that were going to conflict to this day. In the book of OvadiYah, when you read it, if you have a Schofield, which I think everybody said, if you can, you look out for your books to try to get the Schofield. I'm going to bring a sample of the Heritage Bible that everybody needs to have. This has the pictures of Mother Miriam and them as the mothers and fathers of the Bible. All of our people and Israel were in this. So Milkamah. Let me explain it to you right quick. I know everybody might not be Hebraic, but I'm going to make it simple for you. I'm going to stay on this side. I'm going to stay with my son.
Go hold the other side, John.
Mem. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Check
The
my
first
bag.
letter is Mem, Lamed. And let me make this
my
Lamed a
Bible.
little bit better. So I'm just a little off in here.
I got a Bible in there? No. Okay. I left it on the table there.
Mem, Lamed, Chet, Mem, He. And the thing I love about this Maksheva Ivri, this Hebraic thought, is that we're not just speaking Hebrew when we speak this. We're speaking Maksheva Ivri. We're thinking in another translation pattern that Yah has given us to be able to do these words. The first word, the first letter. Listen to this. This is going to make you think totally different. That's what I came here to do. To open up the Yah in you. Because it's there already. It's just been hidden from us. What he said, we have eyes and see not. We have ears.
I hear that.
But now we want to be resurrected, like the pastor said. Productivity. Okay. Wait a minute. I think I spelled this. I need to probably have the right up there. Okay, there we go. Productivity. Now, when I say these words, you keep thinking of war in your mind. Okay? And it's not going to fit. Not the way you've been taught.
Right.
Lamed, elevation. War, elevation. Okay, let's keep going. Chet, worship. Mem, again. Productivity. And I'm going to tell you about when you see the letter twice, it still means the same. But that's what I'm going to put. And Hey represents the breath. Be clear now.
The breath.
/ word of Yah. Now, who can configure this to represent that definition that the Cohane gave us of war? You're not going to be able to do it because we're in another thinking process. War, in Yah's aspect, is the productive elevation of worship to produce the word of Yah. It has nothing to do with no weapon. The weapon is Yah. What do we need?
Rich.
The productive elevation of worship.
Wow.
To produce the word, the breath of Yah, the manifestation of the creations.
Wow.
Now, where do you see some weapon? Only weapon I see is Yah, the word of Yah. Because when we speak it, it's supposed to destroy darkness and create what? The light. That's the war of Yah. Yah is fighting differently.
Wow.
He doesn't fight like they fight. I saw a little movie about these little leprechauns that was fighting against Satan. I forgot the name of the movie. It was a little movie. These guys were fighting against the devil. They were shooting him with cannons and missiles and everything.
Leprechaun.
And the devil said, huh?
I think it was called Leprechaun.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. But they were shooting him, and he said, do you think that these weapons work on me?
Wow.
I created the weapons of war.
That's what the devil said.
So how are you going to destroy him with what he made? Impossible. Weapons, guns, nuclear, radioactive, all of those things he created. But we fight a different battle. Our battle is eloquent. Our Creator gives us a different way of fighting.
Wow.
This is the way. This is humanity. With this kind of war, we raise up souls from the dead. With this kind of war, we bring new life to the trees. With this kind of, the creations are waiting on us. This is the war they want. This is the salvation they're looking for.
Wow.
What is a weapon going to do? What is a missile going to do for Yah's life?
Powerful.
And your children can walk out on the street in peace. Your relationships can be together.
Powerful.
That's the war. See, our war's not, we don't even think like that.
Wow. Wow.
That's why Yah has sent me from Jerusalem.
Hallelujah.
Prince, your great Prime Minister Prince has sent for me to come.
Yes.
Because this is the specialty of this aspect of thinking. I want to rewire how we think. I had to rewire. It was hard. Like Cohane said, good, bad, good, bad. I'm going to do this tomorrow. Yeah. I'm going to do this today. I mean, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
This is something we all, that's why I said we are one. I felt it when he was talking to me. Tomorrow, I'm going to let that go till the next day. Okay, I'll go to the service, maybe I'll think about God, but I'm going to do this. It was the same thing. We all fight this battle.
Yes.
But it's only one battle. He made it clear. He just didn't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Light and darkness.
Light and darkness.
Satan and Yah. It's the only battle. All these other battles, don't pay no attention to them. They don't mean nothing. They're nothing productive to you at all. This is the only battle that we're talking about. The God, the living God of creation.
Can you say it again? Say it all together like?
The productive elevation of worship that produces the word of Yah. And produces the word of Yah, I want you to get this word. Producing the spirit, the manifestation. Because when Yah said, let there be light, what happened, y'all?
There was light. Yeah.
He said, I'm going to create man and woman in my image. Let us create them in our image. What happened? It was created. This is the war. His war don't even mean, this word don't even mean war to us. This means peace. What did it say at the end?
Of war?
At the end of the conversation, in the definition.
Absence of war is peace.
So it's the absence of war.
It's usually called peace.
But that's what we want. We want the absence of war. What do we need war for?
Yeah.
That war.
Yeah.
We want Yah's war. To go to your brother, to your sister, to help them out, to be conscious of one another, that we're all in this together, making this great historical change in our minds. Like he says, we've been in darkness all this time. Yes. We've been in darkness. I was in darkness, but we didn't know. When I came out of the military in '75, I came back to Baltimore, and my brother, one of my close brothers, came and said, and Deuteronomy 28 says, and you should become a proverb and a byword. He said, and he asked me a simple question. He says, OvadiYah, who are you? I said, I'm a black man. Black is an adjective. Who are you? I'm African. African is a whole continent. Where do you come from? I come from Africa. I don't know. What is your roots? But when you read it there, only the children of Israel would lose their identity as a people.
Yes.
They built Egypt. Was it great?
Yeah.
Yes. They built America. Is it great?
Yes.
Yes. Adolf Hitler made a comment. He says, woe unto America. They made a compromise with the Jews, which represents Edom, the darkness. They said, woe do they know that they have the children of God, of Israel, in America, in captivity. That they're hanging, burning, slaving, and shit. This is Adolf Hitler. He was trying to make the Aryan race. When Jesse Owens went there and outran every white boy there. He outran everybody. Right. And Hitler was like, man, who is this? This has got to be one of the children of Yah. He said, I want to create me a group like this. He took all of the youth and started to train. That's how he was so powerful. He took the youth. Yeah. The youth saw. He took them and tried to build, but of course the Creator wasn't going to let him go all of that way. But he had the concept. When you saw Raiders of the Lost Ark, saw the movie, the Germans, what were they trying to find? The Ark of the Covenant. The Ark. Because they got dressed up in all of the stuff, burned the incense, and they wanted what? They were looking for power. Power. Yeah. But they don't know the power. They was looking for the wrong Ark. Here's the Ark here. Hallelujah. Here's my sister, the Ark. Hallelujah. Yes, this is the Ark now. Powerful. They searched in the wrong place, and Yah purposely got them looking in the wrong direction. So this 400 years that they're celebrating next year that Trump is going to sign a paper for of slavery. 400 years of slavery. They're going to have a document to initiate this 400 years. But if you go back to Genesis 15, where it talks about Abraham, it says, your children shall be dispersed in the world. Yes. And they'll be enslaved for how many years? 400 years. We was in Egypt 400 years. We're not saying that Yah has brought us being here. I don't care if it's one of us. Like Cohane said, we're here to get this truth. And when you leave, think about it. God, we're not making anybody. We're not making you choose God. You have to choose. Based on your information, your resources, your investigation, and based on your heart. Is what he's saying true?
Yes.
I want you to verify. I do my studies, believe me. So war, everybody clear?
Yes.
Our war is not like their war.
Beautiful.
Our war is compassion, love, doing the right thing, living in truth, respecting our wives, respecting our husbands, respecting our mothers.
Yes.
Our war is, they don't even see it coming. We're going to hit them in a flash because they expect us to be piling up like the Black Panthers with guns or doing different things where they get destroyed. Do you know the FBI had a COINTELPRO? They said destroy the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
They was looking for him. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. They eliminated him. In that same year that Martin Luther King was assassinated, he said he'd been to the mountaintop. And he said he don't fear death no more. Because they already told him they was going to assassinate him, an FBI agent. But because he knew, he said, now put my people in a house of fire.
Yes.
See, they don't hear that part of the speech.
Right.
Because he saw the reality that, what am I doing? This is not ours. We try to fight for equality. We are the greatest people on earth.
Yes.
What are we doing? Begging somebody to accept us. Well, we already been accepted by God himself.
That's right.
Who, that's an honor.
Yes.
And so, in that point, when he said that, 2 months later, a group of people left Chicago. They was from Chicago. They went to Liberia. From Liberia, they went to the Holy Land. So, Martin Luther King's presence is there. Do you know that the, what is this office they have of non-conflict resolution? They was going to open it in Atlanta. Guess where they opened it at? In Israel.
Wow.
They was fighting us. No, it should be there where he's at, you know, Atlanta, Georgia. They put it, the first non-conflict resolution, Martin Luther King Resolution Center is in Dimona, Israel.
Wow.
Because his dream, we fulfilled his dream, and we still fulfilling it now in that process. He knew he was going, what do you think Yeshua felt? Oh, my people, what? Why do you think? He knew they was going to get him too.
Yeah.
They knew he speaking the truth, but now they have a blinder over their eyes. And when we hit it, in the war, it won't even be a war. It's going to happen like this. And they're going to say, wow, these people are back in their land. These people are back with their God. These people are bringing peace throughout the earth. Not just because I'm a Hebrew, I'm better than a Chinese man or better than this person. I want to give them the same thing that I have.
Yes.
And Zechariah 12 chapter says, and all the nations shall come up to Jerusalem, to Mount Zion.
Yes.
Why? To teach. The Hebraic thought, I'm going to be able to do it in Chinese. I'm going to be able to do it in Portuguese. I'm going to be able to, because it's not about just so much the language. It's about the thought pattern. That's why we call it Maksheva Ivrit. We're not just calling it Hebrew. The Jews speak Hebrew. They speak it because they went in 1948 and took that representation of the children of Yah. Do you ever notice that the Jews never say Yah?
Yeah, they never say it.
Because they know they can't say it. They're not the people. And now, in our delegation and talking, they want to be the people. They are brothers. They want us to now come back to Israel. They want us to come and help develop, because Israel is not the Holy Land anymore, if you look at it. Wars, idolatry, like you said. The place has become, we go there and look, it's become, where's the God of Israel?
Hallelujah.
Where's the salvation to the world? It seems like it's just a bunch of warmongers.
Yeah.
Destroying, killing, fighting. Every day you don't know if a bus is going to blow up. Because you got your own brother that's in the land with you, y'all at odds.
Yeah.
Come on now. This is, we got another war that we're going to fight. But I can't, that's not the message I brought.
That was a good one.
You can take this now. You can take this now. I don't want to go further. Y'all getting me caught up now. Y'all have an effect too. Y'all have an effect on me. When you feel me and I feel you, starts to create the energy of Yah.
Yeah.
The presence of Yah comes, not just through me, through us.
Yeah.
But my presentation for today, quick, I won't be like Cohane. I'm the guy, I just don't, but when I get caught up, it happens sometimes. I wanted to give you my reason as a priest, and I wondered how sometimes I got chosen to be a priest, because I'm not the best Hebrew speaker. I'm not the best guy in scriptural references. You understand? I'm not the best guy that can talk or president myself. Sometimes I really feel a little, I'm just giving you what I know, straight. But I'm so blessed that Yah has taken me during these last 40 years of my Hebraic experience to be able to come and give you all something that you don't have to go through. I came to give you skill and understanding. I didn't come here to teach you, to put myself above you, or to give you the impression that I know more than you. You all can send me too. I just want to wake it up like it woke up in me.
Hallelujah.
Because we won. Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Avinu, Yahweh Echad. The word Echad, okay, I'm going to tell you about it. Inside of the word Echad is Aleph, Chet, Dalet. Inside of the word Echad is the word Aleph, Chet, which represents brotherhood. You got to remember, the most powerful number that you could have is not 1 billion. The most powerful number you could have is 1. Representing 1 billion. That's the difference. If anybody ever asks you what's the most powerful number, it's 1. How can I get to 1 billion if I don't have 1? How am I get to 10 if I don't have 1? How am I get to 5 if I don't have 1?
Yeah.
That's why he said a 1 should put 1,000 to flight. 2, 10,000 to flight. What do you think he's talking about? That power of unity.
Yeah.
When they talk about the Messiah, the Messianic people, it's unity.
Yeah.
It's unity. But we want to go now. I need your help, Cohane.
Yes, sir.
I need you to do a little reading for me, small. Correct. But you can read from my Bible. Technology has changed. I want you to read. We want to know, and I want to make this clear to you, because this is what I came to do. I want to take the mysteries out of, I guess, this religious phobia that we've all had. Angels, heaven, different things, because we have to be made clear if we're going to make it on this path of salvation for ourselves and our children and our family. And I'm going to start at, what do you read the Bible? You got, is this yours? Okay, you can read Matthew 13. Matthew 13. Well, you can start it here. Start at the first. Because I'm going to go over something, I'm going to refresh you with something that Cohane brought to y'all earlier. But I'm going to get to my point. I want you to see it in Matthew, the first verse.
The same day went Yeshua out of the house and sat by the seaside.
He went out to meditate and to think.
And great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore.
He was still contemplating for his people and his God. Continue.
And he spake many things unto them in parables.
Parables. They call it mysteries. Parables. Continue.
Saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up.
This is what Cohane said earlier. That battle between us. What are you going to do when you leave here? Are you going to take yourself and throw yourself by the wayside? Or are you going to be some of the sown seeds of truth that's going to spring forth righteousness and salvation for other people? Continue.
Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth.
Those ones that didn't change their mind, well, maybe tomorrow I'll see. They might get hit by a car that same day. Tomorrow doesn't even exist for them. You don't know what can happen. Continue.
And forthwith they sprung up, because they had no depthness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away.
They had no foundation. We are a people walking around the earth today with no foundation. I've been all over the world. When I went to Geneva, Switzerland, everybody, they could all tell me, my mother was Spanish, she was here. My grandfather was from Poland. This is my generation. My mother, we're originally from Latin America. I'm from England. All my parents are Chinese, 20th generation. I was the only person standing there that couldn't tell where am I. I can't. Only I can say I was on a slave ship. My grandmothers came. That's the story we give. I mean, if you got another story, tell me. We came across here as slaves. They took my name and changed it from OvadiYah, Mustafa, and all of the other names to Kevin, Charles, James, John. They first had to do, in the book of Daniel, what's the first thing they did to Daniel and them? They changed their names so they could change their vision. So they could change what they were doing. It's very, very, very important. Continue on.
And some fell among the thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell unto good ground and brought forth some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold.
And that's us. Some of us did fall. We didn't know that we fell. We just been going around as brother and sister, husband and wife, friend, just walking until the Spirit came. And I don't want you to believe it just came from out of the sky. Somebody, Cohane, is standing here. Let me stand like this. He is telling you the truth. It ain't mythical. This is your spiritual leader. When I say leader, he's leading you, but he's leading all of us. Me too. We got to think, because what times I know we have a problem. We following this, we following that. We're following each other. Because if you got some truth to bring me next week on health that's going to help us, or you got a truth, we met a sister. Her name is Tony Akers. I want to bring this right now, interrupt right quick. And we met with her yesterday. She has a book called Recognize, Confronting the Demonic Forces That Control Our Lives. She's an herbalist. She told me how she healed her blockage, what do you call it?
A lump in the breast.
Lump in the breast. She went to a hospital. The hospital was an Indian doctor. You know, these foreign doctors are basically, and she said, well, you're going to have to get a hysterectomy. Or, I mean, it was something else, fibrosis or something, different thing. She did that later. And she said, well, she said, you have to get a hysterectomy. We have to do this to you, or cut this out or whatever. And so she thought, she meditated, and the Spirit of God came upon her. She said, if it was your daughter, doctor, who would you recommend for her? He said, first of all, I would recommend to take her back to India and give her some herbs. He said, here in America, if we recommend herbs, we lose our jobs. We have to cut you, give you some operation time, give you some medicine and stuff to solve your problem. The lady said, okay, thank you very much. She went and left and started studying herbs. She found herbs to heal herself. She had a lump in her breast, used frankincense, what they use in the scriptures, to resolve, and it was gone. She went back to the doctor. They said, you sure you had this? Wow. It doesn't exist. Life is simple. Yah is simple. And I want her to come one time. She can express some of these techniques of healing. That's what you call about paranormal activity. They asked the guy, do y'all have paranormal? That means that you can do things with your mind. Open doors but what's more paranormal than paranormal? What is it? Paranormal, when you can open up the mind of somebody and give them something great. See, they think of it always as, I want to control him and make his mind and kill him, with my mind. That's what I'm telling you. Our war is not like their war. Our thinking is different. Our paranormal capabilities are different. And we have them. We can create miracles. Yeshua. Oh, let's never see. What am I going to do? Yeshua said, think. Let's take him down to the Dead Sea. We call it the Sea of Life. With all of the minerals in the water. And let them lay in the water. And heal all of their sores. And they look, God, he's healing. He's healing from here. He was the healer. He took me to the Sea of Life. Testify. Did you go there?
Yes, I was.
Did you get in the water?
Yes,
You can't even sink in the water. The water keeps you up on top.
Yes, keeps you.
It's miracle water.
Yes, it is.
And they're using it for cosmetics. They're using it, they're draining it. It's so low now. But we call it the Sea of Life. Why would we call it the Dead Sea?
Right.
And you can lay it in and your sores and your skin comes out fresh, beautiful. They use it in beauty products.
Yeah.
The Sea of Life. Yeshua was a healer, a master healer, because he was a master thinker. I don't want want you to take it to the space. He was thinking. Cohane, he's a master thinker. He puts his presentation on the laptop. Everybody can see it. Visual is 100% better. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about how we use our paranormal. He took a computer that doesn't do anything and made it do something. Wow. Correct? Yes. He put something on my mind with this paranormal activity. Let's stop looking at it. I can meditate and make this book move up. That's what they're looking for, because they want to do evil with it. Yeah. That's why y'all didn't give it to them. It's good. But I just want you to understand how it's going to continue on.
Who has ears to hear, let him hear.
And that's what I came for today. I came representing truth, righteousness, harmony, and productivity for our people, to bring us out of this darkness that we've been in. I'm sorry to say, I know people don't like me, but I'll tell you the truth. We were in darkness. Some of us are still in darkness. And we're trying to find our way out of this life. Who am I? What am I? Am I a Muslim? Am I a Christian? Am I a Jew? What am I? Where are we going? And they love it because it keeps us spinning around while they conquering, bringing weaponry, destroying people. Did they just drop bombs on Syria? What's the God they worship? Tell me. I'm trying to make you think, not for me. Where is the God they worship? What peace and harmony to mankind are they bringing? You tell me. None. The only people that were going to do this were the children of Israel. That's why we had to go through 40 years of slavery. We know what it's like to be down. We know what it's like to come and walk and you see your mother hanging off a tree. Wow. We know what it's like when you see your father and them burnt with tar on their body. No nation has gone through that. When you read Deuteronomy 28, read it carefully. It says you should be taken away into Egypt again by ships. But we can walk to Egypt. What Egypt was he talking about? That's why I want to break up the mysteries. See, they had to make it mystery to us. Angels, somebody's coming down, flying down. They had to keep us in this mythical world so they could keep using our powers, because we built America. We made it strong. But they keep misusing all the, the prisons now? You know what they do in the prisons, right? Yeah. Prisons is a business. Yeah. They lock you up personally now so they can get more workers. Right. And they pay you 2 cents. All of the big companies, hey, prison, we got some guys, I need y'all to make some, help me with these shoes, or make these shirts. Yeah. They're becoming business. Up to we see it, we're trying to bring the light so that we can see. Yeah. Prisons are a business. Yeah. Wow. They incarcerate so many innocent, you know how many black men are innocently incarcerated, women? They used it for a business and they won't let them out. Because they need that power. Because people are waking up. They know they got strategies too. They're waking up. Let's lock more of them. Let's shoot more of them. Let's kill them. Let's put fear in them and make them not want to take the steps forward in truth. Let's continue on. It says, who has ears, let them hear.
And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
He said, why are you talking in parables? He says, why? Because what did he say just when he brought you the presentation and asked? What they're not understanding. Right? Those parables were to take us, to make us look mysterious. Make us believe in our religious aspect was mysterious. My mother had the bunny cake, because she cut the cake in half, put it together, and used the other piece of cake to put the eggs on it. We used to then take a little dye and put on the eggs. We did that. We did that while they were still threshing and destroying through the land. They had us. We were working for them. We worked in factories. We worked most of the low-scale jobs. But those are the jobs that built this place. Statues, buildings, roads. How do you think Pharaoh felt when we were there? He felt rich. Yeah. He wanted to keep us there. Didn't he fight 10 different plagues to hold us there? Did he not? I'm not going to let him go. They're making me too much money. I'm not going to let him out of here. I got 2 more buildings I got to build. I'm not going to let them go. I want to hold them there. I don't want them to, no, Moses, get out of here. The pollution, and the pollution and all of the plagues were things that the people, that Egypt occurred on themselves. Yah is powerful. The red blood, when they sacrificed it, they was pouring blood in the water. The frogs, the disease. Because they didn't carry the nature things that is written that you're supposed to do for growing the land and different things. The atmosphere was changing. The big hails of ice with fire. All of those things. The Creator brought on them because of their own. And I don't want us to go out here not another day and blame anything on them. It was our fault, yes, that we enslaved. Yes. It was our fault that we had to bring these here. And when you start to look at it, it was our fault that we had to go through this chastisement so that we could do what? Wake up! We got history, we got facts. This many slaves. We got ships. They got the boat, the mother Jesus. And the name of the boat was Jesus. With all of us laying side by side, speaking it in 5 different languages, wondering where we were going. You can't forget. It's dangerous to forget. Those things were your education. They didn't give it to us in high school. When I first went to high school, I was from Baltimore. I went there, they taught me George Washington, they taught me about the caveman. I never heard anything about Africa until I got older. Right? They never taught. They just made us a bone. They showed the guy with the bone, the big lips, the dress, and they had somebody, a white man, in the pot cooking them. That's the only image I had. Right? We didn't know we were the greatest people on earth. We didn't know Timbuktu was the greatest institution on earth. All nations know about it. They destroyed it. Now they have what? Harvard, Yale, CCU, this one and that one, Illinois University, to give them credibility. Why do you think they changed all the images from Samson to Hercules to Superman to the Flash? Right. You can see that all of their heroes are genetically created. Right. They don't have no real men like Samson. He slew 1,000 men. Right. Bruce Lee couldn't even smile. We gave for a lot of money to Bruce Lee. He couldn't even slay 1,000 men. What man do you know could walk in the fire and not get burned? I know 3. Wow. I'm just saying, when we think of the power, that's why our war is different. Our war is sacred. Our war is holy. When they talk about a holy war from Europe, that means they're sending from England, King James, and them sent down to the Crusaders to kill and languish. And you got to read those wars, what happened in Jerusalem. They didn't go down there with no cross. They went with a cross and with the sword. And they turned the cross this way and used it as a sword to kill. That's what the guy you talked about earlier, that created Constantine the Great, got the concept from. Yeah. These were their images, their history. They implied and entwined it. So we couldn't find our way, y'all. All I'm coming to do, and the Prince and all of the brothers and sisters that take their time out to come in, is helping us. Not just you, I'm talking about me too. Help us see our way back to our greatness as a people. Continue on. 13 and 10, I think. The disciples came.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Stop. Now, the mysteries. The mysteries. Somebody had to come and reveal these mysteries, didn't they? Yeah. Otherwise, I'd still be Mr. Butler over with my shirt in town. I was a systems analyst with computers, working my job and not thinking about a thing. Somebody had to tell me. Somebody had to relate to me. Wake up. This is what it is. I know sometimes we're afraid, I got my job, I got my life, I got this. But when you really focus your mind, you already have everything. It's just that they giving you an illusion, like that car, they giving you an illusion that you're going to lose something, but you're going to gain a lot. What is it to be the people that everybody in the world comes to for salvation? You don't think they bring burn gifts? I'm from China. We want wisdom on how in our wife and husband relationship. I'm from Russia. We want to know. And did you know in Russia the churches they have pictures of black Messiah on the walls? I sent them to them, and I'm sending more information so that you can see this historical Chinese, the black Indians, our heritage we've gone throughout. It's been a conspiracy to keep these people asleep. If you look and listen to me, something. What other people you know have been put in slavery? I'm talking about and lasted for hundreds of years. They tried the Indians, they died. They tried the Chinese, they died. They couldn't do it. So they picked the children of Israel. Not only because they were going to do it, but they knew that their God was going to be with them. Know how much they burned them, how much they hung them, how much they did to them. Those people were going to laugh because they know one thing for sure, that our God loves us. That's why I'm so thankful to be here today. I am. I'm so thankful to be in this position, thinking like I think. Continue on.
For whosoever have, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundantly. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath.
Okay. We, in the first place, you all are the first fruits. The names, your names are written in the book of life. What am I doing here if they're not? Think about it. What am I doing here if your name wasn't already written in the book of life? Out of the billions, you all are sitting here, trying to see a way, trying to understand something, trying to make your way, trying to activate something in you to bring our relationship back into the Holy One. It says, no, let me finish. It says, my sheep hear my voice. You remember those little statements they always said? You have to, how can I say it? We have to hear, not just with our ears, but we got to hear with the inner soul of our hearts. When the pastor is up here giving out his heart to us and educating us how we should look at life. And you know, we don't want to take over the world. We want to take over ourselves, because this is a world within. We put these worlds together, we're going to have a world, y'all. Yeah. This is why this is called the ark. The world was put in the ark, what, 40 days and 40 nights of rain. So salvation could be brought what? To the next world, the next level of life. You know, there's levels of life. We have the supernatural elements. But I want to read something from the Schofield, thank you, Cohane. I want to read something from the Schofield Bible, because it's really a good Bible. Because the Germans, again, they wrote this. They were the first ones to create the printing press. Did you all know that? Did you know why they created the printing press in Germany? Because Martin Luther went there and he left the Catholic Church. Because the Catholic Church did not want you to have a Bible so that you could read and investigate. I didn't read the Bible. I know you didn't know that. Wow. That's why they created the printing press. You think they created it for newspapers? They created to print the Bible, the Gutenberg machine, the Gutenberg Bible, the first Bible printed by the Germans, because they rebelled against Catholicism. They saw it. Even some of the Europeans saw it. They made a new way. Wow. That's why they made these printers. Where do you think the concept came from? The Germans. They wanted to create a Bible that everybody could. When I tell you something, you can go, it's there. But I want to read you about these mysteries. Mysteries in Scripture is a previously hidden truth. So these mysteries have been put around and been made so that we can see what's going on. It says now, divinely revealed. Right now, we are divinely revealing these mysteries. The Easter egg, Easter. In the Greek, when I have my Greek Bible, which is on my phone also, it says Passover. But in English, it says Easter. Greek. It says Easter. Right. That's why we try to make it clear on the concept of where we're going. It says, mystery. I want to read it again. A mystery in Scripture is a previously hidden truth. All we're trying to do is bring forth the truth. Yeah. Deception has already deceived us. We want clarity now. It says, but in which a supernatural element remains despite the revelation. Wow. So this truth has been held through our years of slavery, our years of conviction, our years of being burnt on slave ships, thrown off into the Bermuda Triangle. Did Prince Amiel ever explain to y'all? He took a little boat and went across it where airplanes and ships didn't make it. Right. Yeah. It's a spirit. These things have been hidden. They've been revealed to me. I want to reveal them to you. And you all the Messiah, I'm going to reveal them to somebody else and somebody else. Everybody's not going to hear the revelation because their own stubbornness, their own self-deception is going to take them down. He said, only the sheep will have my food. If it's 3 people, hallelujah, I'm happy. If it's 2 people, it was only 8 people that got in the ark.
Right.
It was only 70 people that went to Egypt.
Right.
It was only 70-something people when Abraham left and came to change his life from his nationality to become a Hebrew. Hebraic thought, not just in name. He had to change his thinking to become the worship, the God of salvation for all gods. Everybody has gods now, part gods.
Yeah, so do.
For their personal. Israel has the only complete God, which his concern is for all of mankind, not just for his people. Who's supposed to be a teaching priest? Everybody, all of you are supposed to be priests, not just me, so that we can do this. Let me read on. I just want to break this down quickly. I'm not going to be long. The mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. So now we brought heaven from up here down here. This is the heaven. You think God created me to die and go somewhere else? From the beginning, was Adam created to live for what?
Ever.
No. Y'all tell me. How long was Adam created to live for? Forever. It was only because out of ignorance and that same spirit we're talking about now that his life got cut short. Our lives are getting cut short more and more from 930 years. And Methuselah 960 years. Yeah. You can imagine 960 years, they wasn't walking like this. You got to imagine at 500, they were still having children.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means they was, okay, baby. I mean, it wasn't this image that we look at old age.
Right.
If you think old, you'll be old.
Right.
You don't understand this paranormal activity, this mind that you have. When you think that you can create it, you can do it. Right. But they've made us, I can't do that. No, body, you going on this, you can't do that. They can do that. I can't do it. Why can't I? The mystery of Israel's blindness during this age. And we've been blind. But I came to bring the light. Hallelujah. The princess came to bring the light. And what I can say is, I know this for surety. I've been with the brothers, and they called on me to join this Elohim spirit. Because you know, when God created earth, he created with his attributes. It wasn't his person. You got to remember, you got to look at our creator now. He never changes. He created us as a collective. He said, okay, what do you have to say? How are we going to create man? What are we going to do here? He was the leadership, but they worked as what? One. That's why on the 7th day that we were talking about today, how they want to change it to, how can somebody change God's day to Sunday? Right. Mm-hmm. That when they got the 7th day, that's when you first knew Yah's name. Yeah. I am, I was, I am, and I will be. Yeah. But when we connect with this force of this Hebraic thought, we become the same. Time doesn't bother us. We control time. Wow. We control time. When salvation was going to be brought, how was it going to be brought? We had to stop and say, we want it. Yeah. If we don't, we would have kept in our little world of deception, living on. And they would have got stronger, Satan would have got stronger. How much denominations is Christian? 90%, 80% of the world. Yeah. And when I was in Africa, the people love Yah. They just don't know which direction to put him in. Because, why? They came from Europe into Africa and brought Christianity. It wasn't there. Somebody in a Facebook thing sent you a report and said that, you know, it was this guy in Ethiopia. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I sent the reply. That was a beautiful reply. I sent the reply, said, but before then, even then, it was after, when he named the date, it was 333. Right. And Constantine was 325. You got to be on your stuff. I said, but it was after Constantine, and they became with the Christian philosophy that they bring it to the Ethiopian Coptic Church. But before then, it wasn't there. Oh, yeah, I got him good. I talked to him. I saw him on Facebook. I haven't got a reply yet, but that's why we have to know. It's not arrogance. We have to know history. Because all the time he's been telling us his story. Right. Story. Right. And tell me, answer me this. I want somebody, how would your enemy give you the answers of salvation? Tell me, why would he do that? Would it be in his best interest? No. Would it be in his best interest to tell you how to save yourselves and who you are? No. This way he can dominate and control. But let me read the rest of these mysteries. I want you to understand these mysteries that you have been blessed to be able to open up with. The mystery of the translation of the living saints at the end of this age. We are at the end of an age. Really, we've already begun a new age in our understanding with one another. We've already begun a new age with our understanding with one another. As people, you are the new age people of truth. It says the mystery of the temple as the bride of Christ. Now we're marrying a new way. We always thought we was marrying something else. We're merging in our minds a new concept that the Creator has given us to be able to deal with. The mystery of the unveiling Christ. We came to unveil it, the Messianic people. We came to unveil the spirit that's in you and me. Oh, y'all gonna like this. This is gonna go on something else. The mystery of God, the incarnation of the fullness of the Godhead embodied, in whom all divine wisdom for man subsists. The Creator, the Cohane. He's coming to give you all the truth that he has. He empties it out every week and comes back next week, all week long, and call it on my phone. I need some truth for my people. And he, man, I'm telling you, I'm like, is that the Cohane at the door? Tell him I'm coming. I mean, he has a desire and love to fulfill this prophecy. Yes. I got a story. I always tell you the story. The little boy in the window. Everybody came out, and he told everybody, he announced it to the whole neighborhood, the window's going to break at 3 o'clock. Everybody said, wow. Everybody came out, aunts, uncles. He said, we want to see this window. You know, paranormal activity. I want to show you an example. They thought the window was just going to break by itself. So they asked the boy, everybody's waiting, it's like 2 minutes to 3. They said, okay, son, you said the window's going to break at 3. He had the rock in his hand, and it will, because I'm going to break it. That's how you have to do about your life. If you're going to make the change, you got to do it yourself. At 3 o'clock, the window broke out. Did he tell the truth?
Yeah.
But he had to do something.
Yeah.
We can't say the salvation and you don't do anything. Correct? He had to do something. In 1 minute before, seconds, and the whole neighborhood, wow, the window broke. But they said, but why didn't he tell us he was going to throw the rock? Because you don't tell nobody. When you have something to do, you do it.
Do it.
If you feel it, you feel it. Yeah. These mysteries, it's no mysteries no more. We're going to bring you clarity, truth, understanding. How to, not just how we're going to be over the world, how we're going to treat my wife, my children. Yeah. Because in the beginning, it was all family. I don't know where we get all this other stuff from.
Families.
Zakar, Nikki, he created them in his image. That's where God, the God I serve, that's the spirit I serve. I'm serving it and I'm praying and I send my prayers, but I want him to enlighten the God in me, and you, and you, and you, and you. That's there. I wanted to read you a little scripture to let you know how powerful you are as a people. When y'all put the curse on the children of Israel in Isaiah, and I'm going to tell you, I think it's the 3rd chapter, the 4th verse. And he said, Israel, you all are so stubborn. Why don't you just want to worship me? Right. He says, for that, I'm going to put children over you. Now, listen to me. We were in a national meeting. It must have been 500 or 600 men there. We were talking about intelligence. Yeah. We were talking about how we only use, 5% of our brain? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He said, so you can imagine if he put children to rule over us, and their children is ruling over us right now. Yeah. I'm talking about mentally, because they don't know anything. Right. They only use what we've given them to rule over us. So their mentality is only at 4th grade level. I'm just going to say for an example. And they've created rockets. They've created banking systems. They've created computers. with a 4-year-old mentality compared to 100% mentality that we had, that we forsake.
Wow.
This is a child rolling over us, y'all. You can't see it. What the kids do, we don't care if we blow up the water. We don't care if we pollute the water. We don't care if we pollute the air.
That's a good point.
That's a child's mentality, an immature mentality ruling over us. How could it be? God, what did I do wrong to be put in this position? Yeah. And I'm at the bottom. And I'm supposed to be at the top. Right. 4 years old compared to a Adam. And I did it by years. I did it by the time Adam, I figured it out. It's 4 years old compared to Adam. Wow. What could they teach us? What could a man teach a man 4 years old who lived to be 930 years old? Impossible. What could you teach me? And I'm 960 years old, 930 years old. And we have to look at it. We should be sad. How could they be ruling over us? Why? They took control of this. They took control of this. They made us mysterious. We want to go get our big casket and lay in it, and I'm going to see you in the next. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm telling you. I can't tell you. But I know with the heaven he gave me here, I know what can happen. I know what I can do. I know what I can do here. Let me finish reading these different mysteries that we're trying to clear up today. We talk about this aspect. And in Revelations, he says, I'm revealing to you. And what is this in Romans 11? Eyes, can I see? I mean, why does he keep talking like these are parables? Mysteries. But I'm making you clear. He said, Israel, wake up. You're the greatest people. The world is waiting. They said, I'm going to find the scripture exactly where it says that the world is waiting on us. The birds, the trees, the animals. Yeah. The butterfly said there's no more trees to make a cocoon in. They're destroying them all. The fish are saying we can't swim no more. They're polluting the water. You don't think they have a connection with the Creator? He created them. Yeah. You think they're not hollering out for salvation? Who's going to give that salvation? Who did he give dominion over the seas? Who did he give the dominion over all life? Who did he give the dominion for the trees and the birds? They want their atom back. They want the atom that's been split, because that's what Einstein did. Split the atom. You thought it was A-T-O-M. It was A-D-A-M. Adam. From his wife, from his relationship. Why do you think there's male chauvinism? Women's liberation. You destroy the family, you got it made. You can destroy everything else easily. Yeah. But when a family's together and Adam is back one with his woman, these great divine queens in here, when we have them at our sides, we become invincible. Yeah. Invincible. How could one do it? Yah never taught us about one. When he taught us about one, he always talked in the aspect of unity. 2 or more in my name.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Why? Why do we say that? Because my thought might not be in my assets, or whether it's my brother or my wife. Say, but no, that's not. Let's work this out. Knowledge, truth. Let's examine this. Is this the truth? Are we believing in religion? Religion is the opium of the people. That's what their philosophers said. Socrates, all of them guys. What is the opium of the people? What does opium do to you? It gets you high. Do you know that the Pentecost church, and I'm going to study them today, the Jehovah's Witnesses were created by Europeans? I have the dates that they created these religions. Only in the 1800s. It wasn't that far away. But we think that we're following these are men that took the concepts of the living people of God and turned these concepts for what they want. The same thing with the Catholic Church. They took all of the concepts from the Hebrews, the teachings of Yeshua, and made this so that they could change the world from light to darkness. We've been living in darkness. And we want to make these mysteries clean. I'm almost finished. It says, the mystery of the processes by which God likeness is restored to man. We try to turn ourselves back into God. Did he say in Isaiah, but ye are gods?
Yeah.
Where are the images today we're looking for? Killing, murdering. Where are the images at? What source, what factory can I go to and get these kind of good things from? This is it. The ark. Yeah. Those souls that Yah set aside to bring forth truth and light to his people. And it goes on. The mystery of iniquity.
Yeah.
We want to take the myth off of that. Do right, be right, live right. It's simple. It's no mystery.
Hallelujah.
But then, we go out all week long, and then Sunday we go to church and we ask them to forgive our sins, then we go right back out and do the same sins again. Right. And then we come back, we pay money, we do things, we give because of our guiltiness, and we go right back out again. And we come and, Pastor, please bless me. And he's blessing you, but if you're not doing right, he's really cursing you. Because if you misuse Yah and his power, that's what happens. Think that you're getting away. Like he says, when you walk out of here, where's your mind? Where's your mindset going to? Hey man, this was powerful. I need to do this. I need to do myself. It's a process. Nobody's asking nobody to flip over and this is it in one day. Right. It took me years, 40, 50 years to get to this, to find my way along this path, to find other men. Men like Nasi Shalik, men like Ben-Ami, men like Prince Asiel, that was way before my time, to give me the keys that I had to do it myself. I couldn't say, well, Cohane's going to do it. No, Daniel, you do it. Hey, Cohane, I'm here. I want to do this part. I want to bring a Hebrew letter every week. Yes. So that we can understand. I want to bring how when we go to Israel, we build our own houses. We know how to make a community. They make moshavs. You know how they took over Israel? They made little communities, and they took over the land. Wow. Right. Little communities. Little communities. Because it was a war. They were fighting against that. Little community. One here, one there, and they grew it. One here, one there, one here, till the whole land of Israel was conquered by communities. Something, isn't it? Yeah. But I think they call it something else in Europe when they came down. What did they do to us? Colonization. Colonization. See, the word in Hebrew is moshav, a settlement. A settlement. A productive place for our people. Moshav. They say colonize. But that's what they did too. They went to Africa and colonized. They made little cities. They got people to come down. They sent ambassadors and people down, and they colonized Africa. We want to go back and reverse this. We want to go back and colonize Israel and take Israel back to its rightful. Because when I get on the land of Israel, it's not like standing on Chicago. Right. On there, the Sabbath day, everything stops. I don't have to go to work. Right. There's no job. Everything is shut down. The land. And when the people get back to the land and put those holy cycles back, because now Tel Aviv is open 24 hours a day. Wow. They're changing. Because where's God? Jerusalem, there must be at least 200 and something different religions that are there posted around Jerusalem, waiting for the light. But you all are the light. I just want to get you out of this mysterious thinking that you, Mr. Benjo, African American. Yeah. Or I'm not this, I'm a Moorish science, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm all of these things. All of those. We're not a religious organization. We're not religious. There's no religion here. Only what we want is truth. When somebody comes, brings truth, we take it. It could be Muslim, Christian, Spanish, it doesn't matter to me. What color? When they come with truth and the way of salvation, they're Hebrew. As far as I'm concerned, because they've been enlightened with the right spirit of Yah. Don't we want the whole world to be like good? Yeah. You just want Israel to be good and everybody else be bad. What purpose would that serve the Creator that we love? He wants the whole world to be, but the whole world has to be taught. What did they taught? What did you say? We went into the city and the whole city was what? Idolatry. All of them. Yeah. Go to Jerusalem now. not what people place that they want to go to Jerusalem. When my mother came to Jerusalem, she came and I took her to the Sea of Galilee. And me, I'm a Hebrew. I took her to the Sea of Galilee, but guess what I did? I baptized her myself. I took the water, put it on her head, and dipped her in it so that she could feel whole again. But I told her, there's nothing mystical, Mother. This is your land. This water on you is the water of life. This is the water that presents you, that makes you, that you made me. I'm not baptized, I'm blessing you for making me alive. Because that's when John took Yeshua and did it. It wasn't that he said, man, we got a man that's thinking. Here, man, let me bless you. I want some of this blessing. Because they was after John too. They beheaded him.
Yeah.
Why? Head, knowledge, understanding, wisdom. You don't think Yeshua had men that guided him through? I don't want you to think it was just the creator up in heaven and I heard my Father's voice. It was men, trees of life. That's why when I talked about the mind, and I'm going to get ready to take it to this last point, about the mind, we have to remember that we are in a captivity. Yeah. Let me read the last mystery. The mystery of iniquity we went by. The mystery of the 7 stars. What Cohane talked about, the 7 days that Yah created man. The cycles. How can somebody change those cycles? How could you have Sunday? How could Constantine, the audacity of him?
Yeah.
I feel like David. You heathen.
Uncircumcised Philistine.
Uncircumcised. You got the nerve to defy my God?
Yes.
My power? Come on now. And you know, Yah is perfect. He made him kill him for stone. Not a knife. Because he had all of the weaponry of Saul.
That's right.
He couldn't wear it.
That's right.
Yah said, just, look, I make things from the dust. Just pick up a stone. Take 5 with it. You're not going to need them. But 5 meant what? The hand. Unity. Comprehension. Power.
Wow.
5 stones. He had 5 smooth stones, didn't he?
Stones, yeah.
He only had to use 1. Why? Because when I take these 5 fingers and ball them up into one, it's only what? 1 fist, isn't it?
1 fist.
And I can do a lot with it.
Yes, sir.
Not with 1. So you have to know the concept of kamesh. Right. Every Hebrew word means something.
Wow.
It means something.
Wow.
It means something. Let me tell you right quick.
Powerful.
I'm leaving. Kamesh represents worship. Look, he picked up 5 stones. Worship, productivity,
Yes, sir.
to produce from his worship that he believed in his Yah. And Sheen represents harmony. He became what? One with Yah. Matter of fact, he became Yah.
Hallelujah. Wow.
1 stone. Right in the center. They said the stone hit him, and it didn't hit him in his shoulder. It hit him dead center.
Hallelujah.
Because why? We are the Davids now.
Yes.
We have to pick up our unity with one another
Hallelujah.
and shoot that stone to destroy what? These mysteries. It was a mystery. This big man and the little guy.
Yeah.
And everybody knew. What was the mystery? That he was going to beat the little guy.
Wow.
Everybody was putting their best. Even
Right.
probably some of the Israelis.
Yes.
The Hebrews
Yes.
was standing back there, man. David is crazy.
That's what he said too.
He's mad.
Yeah.
Out there with this big guy. And he was out, this guy was cursing God for days.
Wow.
For days. Nobody stepped forward.
Yes.
But Cohane stepped forward.
Hallelujah.
He stepped forward to say, no, this deception, how dare.
Bam!
Imam Miriam stepped forward. Daniel stepped forward.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
The baby stepped forward. Raquel stepped forward.
Yes.
I'm just saying you are, it's not me, it's you.
Yeah.
You stepped forward and said, I'm going to take this little stone, and everybody's laughing at me, because they laugh at you all. You a what? They're laughing at you.
Right.
Because you've broken the mysteries. This little stone can kill that big man. Nah, I don't believe it. What, so many of them, if they'd have been out there, would have walked away.
Yeah.
God, how are you going to do me like this? You told me I'm going to kill this guy. You told me to pick up some stones. They walked away.
Yeah.
They walked away. But y'all didn't. That's why y'all so precious. Daniel picked up stone. He got Michael here. He got his wife here. I mean, you got your mother here, your children. You picked up the stone. My sisters are here. And said, no, I know truth now. My God is with me. What I tell you, what men do you know that can walk in fire and walk around and come back out?
Hebrews.
The Hebrews.
Hallelujah. That's good, Cohane.
What person do you know that made the sun stay in the sky
Joshua.
and hold it up till they finish the battle?
Yeah.
What man do you know when he asked God to help him at the Red Sea, God said, Moses, I gave you the power. Use it.
Yeah, wasn't you?
You simple man, what you asking me for? You are God. Hold your hand out there. And the Red Sea opened. This says this in the scriptures.
Yes.
It says it. It said, why are you asking me, Moses?
Right.
You came all of this far. You got fire following you. You got the Pharaoh can't get to you. And you asking me.
Wow. Yes.
That's how sometimes we get. We go so far with Yah. And then we forget that we are Yah.
Yeah.
We forget that we are gods. And I'm talking about the small G.
Yeah.
We are gods. Where do we go? What happens? How do we forget our illustrious power?
That's good. That's good.
And our power, like I said, just like their war, it's not our war.
Yes.
Our power is not their power. Our power is humility, righteous,
Yes.
love, care for humanity,
Hallelujah.
for the creations.
Yes.
That's our power. Adam was invincible. He didn't have no guns. He didn't have no guns back there. He was invincible. Yah gave him the invincibility. Be fruitful and multiply and take care of my earth. You are invincible. Nothing can come upon you.
Yeah.
How can somebody destroy God? And that's the point that he's making through these years of our slavery and induction. We cannot be destroyed.
Hallelujah.
Every nation, Babylon. We've been in Babylon, Syria.
Yeah.
We've been to Roman captivity, the Greek captivity.
Yes.
We've been to the American captivity,
Yeah.
which was a different type of captivity.
Yeah.
And are we still here?
Yeah.
Since you're still here, we're still here.
Yeah.
Let's get these mysteries out of our way. Excuse me. Let's make this decision to elude, to get these fantasies and religious ideas out of our mind so that we can move on as a people. Let me read this last one. It says, the mystery of Babylon.
Yeah.
Cohane came and made a beautiful production. The war within. You don't think that when the children of Israel was in Egypt, that they started to think like Egyptians?
Yeah.
I mean, be honest.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Did you didn't think they were going to be? They was there for 400 years. Like we here for 400 years. We think we Americans.
That's right.
Am I being correct?
That's correct.
We thought we were Egyptians. God had to send Moses. He had to send Prince Asiel.
That's true.
He had to send men to tell us we have to be of a quick understanding. That's what the Passover was about.
Yes.
Quick understanding.
Yeah.
Like Cohane said, well, tomorrow I'll be a Hebrew. Or maybe I'll wait for a few days and see. Or it's got to be of a quick. They had to do what? When they were initialized with truth, they had to do what? Leave.
Right.
They had to make their preparation, cook their food, whatever they did, they had to leave all of what they had behind. But when they left with the riches of the Egyptians. Right. You don't understand, they just didn't leave with gold and diamonds. They left with the PhDs, the master's degrees, and stuff that we're going to use and translate those things into production for our people.
Yes.
Yes. They don't know why they got these degrees.
Yeah.
Those are personal degrees.
Yeah.
We can take those people, those doctors, those professors, and take them and build us a new world.
Yes.
With the knowledge they took from us from the beginning. We just grabbed it back. We just don't know how to apply it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now we have another degree. You get your AA. You get your bachelor's degree. You get your, master's. And your what?
PhD.
PhD. What's after that? That's it. Basically. PhD, because that's in their world.
Yeah.
Because those are personal accomplishments that people make. The next degree you have to get is how to use your PhD to save the world. So then you move into the next degree level. The Elohim level, where your powers have to use collectively to create man's life in society here.
I love that.
It becomes a unified thing. It's not personal anymore. I learned about how to do agriculture. Okay, now you're a professor of agriculture. Apply that with these other agricultures and make us the best food and the strongest food that we can grow. You all guys are intellectual scholars in school. Let's create the Kingdom School of Holiness. Let's create the School of the Prophets,
yes.
the most highest intellectual place where people can come and learn about life and living. Let's take some of those degrees. Engineers, how are we going to build this? What do you think Joshua was? He was an engineer.
Yeah,
Yes, he
yeah,
was.
A bad one.
yeah.
Yes.
He can build anything.
Yeah.
You think, when I tell you, you got to look at the story. Let my people go. No. Why couldn't he let them go? They were brilliant.
Yeah.
And they will succumb to that understanding of the Egyptians, of the Americans.
The same thing.
Who do you think created the light bulb? It's a brother. Who do you think created the car? Henry Ford? No. Who do you think took 100 things out of a peanut? Who's a brother? Who do you think did the first open heart surgery?
Yeah.
Who do you think did the first brain surgery?
Yeah.
We to get out of the mystery. We have paranormal activities. We are powerful. They always say, who are the best athletes? Who are the best dancers? Who are the best singers? We are, but we're the best mentally. They're not gonna, we have a child right now, I think he's 12 years old, that beat Albert Einstein's IQ. And what's the guy with Microsoft, what's his name? Gates beat his IQ. 12 years old!
Wow.
A little black boy!
Wow.
What are we gonna do to harness that?
Yeah.
We're gonna let him go into the society and let them just take him into crazy. We saw a movie, Rampage.
Yeah.
We saw it. They're taking biological engineering. And guess who created it? A black woman. They take us. They know. And what was this movie with the guy that had to go back in time with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh,
Terminator. When they went to find the man who created it, what was it? A black
Black
man. You got to know how to read these things and see. When they talk about biological engineering, they want to create. Why do you think they made the Flash? He can move so fast. He had to get hit by lightning. We are lightning.
That's good.
Why do you think when they took the story of Jesus, it's 23 other gods that they created just like Jesus with no mother? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Hercules, the god Zeus, Greek god, came down, saw a woman bathing, made love to her, went back up to heaven, where they say heaven was Mount Olympus, and they created a child that was what? Half man and half God.
Yeah.
That's the concept they give us. That's okay. Don't worry about that. So when we think about this, I'm trying to destroy the illusions. So we as a people, when we leave here today, and I'm finished, really. When we leave here, we can think with one direction in mind. We're thinking about the things we have to change, the processes of eradicating the darkness, the war. And it's not the war that they have. Our war is a different war.
Yeah.
To do better, to be better, to make the move, to see our way back to our holy land. We got to be back to our land, some way or another.
Hallelujah.
We have to support each other. When we went back, it was a support measure. We had restaurants and things in America supporting us in the holy land. Businesses, doctors, professors, people. Some said, we don't want to go back, but we donate $100,000, $200,000 every month because we're not going to go. Because some people are not going to change. What the guy in the Matrix said?
Put them back
Just
in
put me back in. Give me a nice job.
Right.
Give me a car.
I'm happy.
Put me to sleep. Make me forget all of this waking up that you give. It says many will wake up to
everlasting life.
And the other ones will wake up to damnation. Put me back to sleep, please. Prince OvadiYah Cohane, we don't want to, just let us rest, please. This is too much for me. I like the way I'm living.
Right.
And you got to remember, when those people left Egypt, a lot of them didn't want to leave.
Right. So let us return back.
So what you think when Moses went up to the mount for the 40 days and came back and they had a golden calf
Golden calf.
already?
Yeah.
Ready to go.
That fast, after not even a month or two out of the captivity.
Yeah. They wanted to
You don't know our people. Our people, we are strange and peculiar people. We have the power that no man on earth could say that they have. And that's the living God, Yahweh. He who was, is, and now in the future. We have the power. We control time. We control it. We control the forces. We control the water. And that's why in the garden, I want you all to understand that Adam is being remade. When I say Adam, I'm talking about Adam and his wife and his family. Because we can't talk separately no more.
Yeah.
And this is my last point, and I'm going to go. I got to go. I know y'all want me to leave, so I know we've been here for a while. But I'm just, excited that you all are exciting me to bring forth these things so we can clear up the mysteries. So we can, Cohane did a powerful present of the war. We're only looking at ourselves. Who's going to make you change? We're not asking you to choose our God. We're not asking you. You choose him. You choose the one that you feel is going to take you and make you and bring you through. When you put the things on the table, you evaluate. You choose. We're not coming to choose. You choose if Cohane and this one, that's where we go. We're not forcing anybody. This is not a clique or something you in. You got to look good and be here. No. Like Cohane said, just go. Please don't waste our time. We as serious people about serious things about our lives and our future. We need the scholars from the colleges. We need them. We're not turning nobody down. Nasi talked to me, and I said, we talked about 15 years ago. He says, OvadiYah, what kind of class can we have for the PhDs? The ones that feel that they have made the success of intellect. Because when you're a PhD, you've made it. Yeah. As far as they're concerned.
That's right.
But there's another level of intellect. He said, what can I do to draw their attention to want to go to another level? The only thing I can draw their mind with is God. And that educational level of the Elohim is eternal.
Yes.
You never graduate.
Right.
But you graduate into the spirit of being a God. It's different, isn't it? Yeah. When you're God, then you have responsibilities. You have people that you have to. It's not that I just got my degree, now I can get my job. I can do this for myself. That's how they individualize. Satan is smart. He's wicked, but he's a smart guy. He knows how, he said he will make himself into an angel of light. Right. So you think all that you're doing is right because he said so. What happened in Babylon when they asked Daniel and them to bow down to this God? That golden idol didn't represent a golden idol in Hebrew. It represents the reflective light. You know gold. Yeah. You know what gold does when you put light on it? It reflects the light that comes to it. Satan is only reflecting the light of Yah to give you the image that he is. Powerful. That's what the word zahav means. See, Hebrew is not like English. If I say gold, you don't understand. When I say zahav, the point of, how would you say it, the word, the reflection within. So Satan, making the golden image, only reflected the light of God, being an image. When they said the image that he made and everybody had to bow down to it, Daniel said no, it was only a mentality. The image represented Nebuchadnezzar. Wow. The image was built, but it was his mentality he wanted everybody to bow down to. It wasn't about that golden image. He wanted to be God. God took him and made him eat grass. Yeah. So told him that this is what I want you to do. Turned him into a beast. Yeah. You think you want to be God? Let me show you what God's responsibility is. Eat some grass. Mm-hmm. Go around like a wild man with your hair combed. Yeah. He came back, he says, what did he tell Daniel? I know your God. It's the God of living. Please tell him don't do that to me again. I couldn't take it. Right. That's true. It's like that. But when we talk about this, I just want to read this last point. For whosoever, and Cohane read this, very powerful. For whosoever hath to him shall be given, and it's been given to you all, the keys of life. And he shall have more abundance. But whoever so hath not, from him shall be taken away, even all that he hath. And it's just it's powerful. Then it goes on and says, and therefore I speak unto them in parables, because they seeing not, And hearing not, neither do they understand. That's why I'm here. I didn't understand. Somebody had to come and tell me.
Yeah.
Now that I understand, and I don't have to go through what they went through, I'm coming. I don't want you to have to go through what I went through. You're getting it.
Hallelujah.
You're getting it. And the next person you see down there when you're talking to somebody, when we going through something, or Mother Miriam or Raquel, you're going to give them so that they don't have to. Hey, sister, I've been through that before. This is the way, the keys I know. This is the way of life.
Yeah.
When your wife talks to other sisters, when your children talk to other children, let me say, you know, this is the way I live. Because this is right. This is going to give me this. This is where I'm going to go in life.
Yeah.
We have to have it. So with that, I had 1,000 more points probably, but I'm not going to be able to get to them today. I want to thank you all for your time, and I want to please, you know, from my source of the Elohim knowledge, to acknowledge the brothers, Prince Asiel and all of the brothers, and not just them, but I want to go back a little further to all of those that I told Cohane that on the path of coming here, they didn't make it to see it like you all did. I saw so many make transition. And that last smile on their face was about, OvadiYah, make sure we make this dream come true. And they left me with that. It's been a burden, but it's been a delight, and it's given me strength. When I was in Africa, all I could think about, I can't quit.
Hallelujah.
What about those that died? The great teachers that gave me wisdom and understanding.
Yeah.
Nasi Shaleg, Ben-Ami, the great priest, the Cohane priest. All of these great brothers, Elihu, y'all don't know their names, but I'm calling them out and let them know. My Ima, Yehudit, Sweet Daddy, OvadiYah, these are people that gave me to make it so I can make it here. I can't forget. How could I give up?
Yeah.
I put 100% of my life into this to make this dream come through, not just for me, for you, for Mikael when he becomes a man, and he's all over the world telling people how to live. And I don't mean no poor man either.
Yeah.
He'll be blessed.
Yes.
That's when people give offerings and do things. They give it according to, man, I'm blessed.
Right.
Here, take this. Take that. Please bring knowledge. Please bring things to us so we can learn and understand how to harmonize. China hasn't been in order for thousands of years. They're still fighting against Korea. Russia's still fighting here. They got disharmony inside of their country. America is the melting pot of all countries. That's what they say.
Yeah.
She is the whore.
Yeah.
Babylon the Great.
That's false.
Did you know the first Statue of Liberty was black?
Yeah.
All of these things. Wake up. The mysteries are finished. Come here every Sabbath day to the Ark of Yah.
Yes.
Follow your leader, Cohane, Yochanan. Follow Imam Miriam, his creator. And come and get truth. Follow his wife. Follow his children. They might not understand yet, but they're feeding. Sometimes everybody doesn't wake up at the same time.
Yeah.
Mikael, he might get it. This guy, the drummer, he might get it. But if they around, you know, they say the ones you're around, that's where you pick up.
Yeah.
So if they're in the spirit of these things, they might seem a little resistance at times. But you have to, I have daughters. You don't know what Gloria's going to be back to say, these are the people we talked to in Chicago. Look at them. My daughters from the community, from what we had, it's changed. But it's in them. I know it's in them. What do I take back to them?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not no hypocrite. They want to wear short dresses. They want to wear, come to clubs. Because we had a phase where we were developing, where we lost something.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to bring back. Because we want to save everybody, not just ourselves. So with that, I just want to let you know, too, again, I'm going to try to get this sister. Her name is Tony Akers. Very nice, recognized herbalist. I know the sisters we have, they usually have more conditions than us as men. But she was telling me about frankincense. You take the pure oil,
Oh, yeah.
and you take it and put it around your eyes, and it corrects your vision.
Wow.
She need to bring it to me.
It works.
Frankincense.
She's committed things to herself. That's why I know what I'm saying to you all. She did these things to herself and got the miracles.
Right.
I've done these things to myself and seen the miracles.
Wow.
I want you to have, so you can have miracles. Miracles aren't way up there. Let's break that mystery up. A miracle is you waking up to truth.
Hallelujah.
That's a miracle.
Yes.
Because they're waiting. They're looking to see how many is waking. Where's Israel at? Sometimes it's not for everybody to wake up at the same time.
Right.
But it's those that's going to lead the pathway back to our holy land. We got to get back to our land. I'm telling you. When you go there the Sabbath day, you walk out, you go sit in the park. Everybody. Nothing. Everybody's just taking it easy. Some people are resting. Some people are sleeping. Some people are out reading. Some people are out teaching. It's nothing like this. When that day comes, everything stops from sundown Friday night to sundown Saturday night.
Yeah.
But you have to create your Sabbath. Here, even though we're under the conditions of, when they said Romans, do as the Romans, you have to kind of work it in. But your objective is to make it back to your destination, to your land, your language, your culture.
Hallelujah. Because
that's where we came from. I didn't come here voluntarily. I probably was my grandfather's grave was one of those guys. I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad my great-great-grandfather probably didn't fight too much on the slave ship, because they would have killed him and I would have never existed.
Yeah.
You see where humility comes in? It can be a salvation.
Yeah.
He could have been hanging on one of those trees and never met my grandmother.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes certain things have to take place in our life, but that's finished. I'm the little boy with the rock. The salvation I already broke the window out. It's here for us. So with that, I want to thank you all for being so pleasant and taking time to bear with me during these few moments to express my love, because that's what I was expressing.
Hallelujah.
And my truth, so that we can arise as a people and become a great, great nation. I want to thank you. I want to give you a blessing. I'm going to close it out, please, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
With a prayer. And this is the prayer we always say is the blessings. I'm going to show you where to find it in the scriptures after we finish. But I just want to, and we can stand. I know we like to stand, but we do too. I just want to, and Mother, if you don't have to stand, you can sit. It's not